Shut Down Still, Oscar Snub, and the Super Blood Wolf Moon. Side note, Super Blood Wolf Moon was my code name for the Secret Service. Oh, you're watching Monkey News Source.
It's the Monkey News Source with Gordon and Tamra. Source for news online, and now your announcer, Arthur!
Hello and welcome to another wonderful episode of Monkey News Source. We've got a phenomenal guest, Robin Gelfenbien, but first the hosts with the mosts, Tamra and Gordon!
Hey now, Hello, Tamra.
Hi, Gordon.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you.
How's things?
Really good.
How are you feeling in the frigid temperatures that we are having today?
You know, I feel like I'm in Canada, eh?
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, why is it really cold in Canada?
Oh, it's always cold in Canada. They make ice skating rinks in their backyard in the beginning of winter.
They do?
They do.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
No, I could have made one in my backyard.
No.
It was very cold yesterday.
Yes.
And you know, I was taught that it's a sign that you have nothing else to talk about. You talk about the weather.
Oh, really? I never heard that.
But we have a lot to talk about
Yes,
today.
we do.
So I just want to say welcome to the home viewer. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
And Tamra,
yes.
Thank you for being Tamra.
Oh, come on. Thank you for being Gordon.
Hey.
We have a wonderful guest here today.
That's nice. We want to get right to our guests. We have lots to talk about and a really special show coming up for you. So hello again to Arthur. And let's go ahead and bring out our guest right at the top, yeah?
Yes.
So go ahead, Keith, run the package!
Your guest tonight is a New York City-based storyteller, writer, and comedian who has performed on PBS, The Moth, Risk, and Mortified. She's the creator and host of the storytelling series and podcast, Yum's the Word, that features her yummy homemade ice cream cakes. The show has been named a New York Times and Time Out New York Critic pick. New York Magazine called her solo show, My Salvation Has a First Name, a Wienermobile Journey, the highlight of the Fringe. She's performed her original comedy songs at the Kennedy Center, Lincoln Center, and on Sirius Satellite Radio. Please welcome to Monkey News Source, Robin Gelfenbien.
Ben Gelfenbien right here in studio.
Hi, Robin.
What's happening?
Hi, Gordon. Hi, Tamra.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
We are great. I'm great.
great.
I can
I'm
answer
great.
for both of us.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
great.
We're great.
I'm
Thanks
going
for
to tell
joining
you
us.
right now, I'm not going to talk about the weather.
Well, you know, that's like people say that that's like impolite to talk about the weather.
No.
It's like a sign that you have nothing else to talk about.
It's a good intro.
I feel like
Right.
it's a common denominator, especially when it's as frigid as it was yesterday.
Right, it makes people comfortable, right?
I guess so.
And you
Not
live in
that
the city.
I do.
It's colder in the city.
It probably is. Yesterday it certainly was because my heat wasn't working in my apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I left.
So
I
what do you
was
do?
like,
You call
I'm
the
out.
super?
Texted the super several times.
Wow.
And nothing.
Oh, he's like, I'll turn it up a bit. I was like, what's your definition
What?
of a bit?
Oh
Can
my
they do that?
God.
Is that
He's
like, isn't that a law against
Penny
that?
pinching, huh?
Uh-huh. He's honestly, I love my super. I really do. He's great. He lives
What's
with
his name?
Diego.
Let's write
Diego, very
Diego.
superish
Let's
of a
write
name.
him.
Diego is a good super as far as supers
Good.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
But yesterday, just to give you a sense, two things. I said we were going to talk about the weather, and I'm talking about the weather.
Well, now we're talking about Diego.
We are talking about Diego.
So, yeah.
You're right. I had a glass of water that I took out earlier in the day, and it sat there for a couple hours. It was colder when it was just sitting in my apartment than the water
That's
in the fridge.
insane.
And also, my toilet was freezing, so my ass,
Oh, I was going to say the water. I thought
everything.
you tested.
like
oh, really?
the,
Wow.
the rim.
The rim. Wow.
That was
Well,
quite the wake-up call.
Yeah.
well,
Morning.
I hope they sort that out. 'Cause,
Today
you know,
seemed better.
Good.
good.
I threatened to call 311, so you know.
See?
How do you get your heat? Is it through the pipes?
Yeah, I have radiators, but you know what? I can put my hand on all of them.
That's
That-
not a good sign.
That is not a
No.
good sign.
See, because I used to visit Tamra when she had a place in the city, and
Yeah.
you could touch those pipes at any
Hot.
given time, burn yourself.
Hot.
Uh-huh.
It was the opposite of that.
And sometimes I'd have to put a bowl out and like with water to get like on top of the radiator.
yeah,
get some,
steam it
like,
out.
Get a little facial going?
Yeah, yeah.
Very New York City-ish. So,
pretty cool.
you know, we brought you out early because I want to hear your take on some of the hot topics of the day.
Sure.
Because there's a lot going on in the world.
There is a lot going
And,
on.
you know, we have a very special treat at the end of the show today. Robin, who is, you know, a storyteller and actress and writer, is going to be performing at the cafe that is right next door to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be bringing the camera crew over there and filming the Poets Cafe on location today. So
cannot
very excited
wait to
about
hear
that.
her
That's going to be pretty
story.
cool. So we're going to get to that
That's
later in the show.
awesome.
It's gonna be great.
So okay. So here's something. The Oscar nominations came out
the
today.
Oscars.
Yes.
And I guess raise your hand if you care.
I care.
Oh, okay. A little
Some
bit.
people
I
got
kinda,
snubbed, right, Gordon? Some
Did you-
people got snubbed.
Yeah,
A
you know
little bit.
the biggest one was Bradley Cooper got snubbed.
Oh.
So everyone's really up in
Lady
arms about
Gaga's
that
probably crying.
because he's handsome.
Because
So
she
you,
likes
Yeah.
him.
you
Are they
can't
dating?
snub a handsome actor.
Hey, Robin, are they dating? Do you know?
Who?
Lady Gaga
Gaga,
and Bradley
yeah.
Cooper.
I thought they were.
I
Gordon,
think we
are
should
they?
start the rumor right
Let's
here
start
at Monkey
it.
News Store.
Exclusive.
Yes,
I think they are.
they are.
Sorry, Arthur. Lady Gaga is taken.
Oh, she's
No,
taken
I
the-
don't really even know who she is.
I knew you weren't gonna know.
To be honest, they don't really follow up on Hollywood.
No.
Too much. More of a Broadway type guy.
I'm gonna get back on the topic. I just want to give a quick
Bradley
shout out to a friend of Monkey News Source. Our friend Rodney
Rothman.
wrote and directed the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
which got nominated for an Oscar today. So congratulations to you,
Mazel.
Rodney. Quick shout out to Rodney. We hope that you
awesome.
win the Oscar because they already won the Golden Globe.
I'm
Wow.
gonna visualize it and meditate.
Let's visualize it.
It's gonna happen.
Win the Oscar. Doesn't matter. He's so successful. He's going to make another movie anyway.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so that's good news. So congratulations to you, Spider-Verse. We hope you win. And did anyone see the Super Blood Wolf Moon?
Oh, you know what? I told you to wake me up, Gordon, and I never got that phone
I
call.
never called.
I fell asleep, and he
Can I
never
tell you
called
why?
me.
Can I
I was
tell you
so
why?
upset.
Wait, can I tell you why?
Please.
I looked up in the sky.
Yeah.
It was 6 below 0 outside.
Yeah.
The moon was this big.
So?
It was kind of red.
Yeah.
Not interesting.
That's not
And I went
cool.
back inside and watched
but
TV.
that was like, you know, you could have called me.
I should have called.
You should have called me.
I apologize.
Because
Did you guys
everybody
see?
posted these pictures online that looked red-ish, and I was like, man, I wish I could have seen
Most
it.
people, though, were passing around the same picture that they did not take of the moon. So
Just
fake
like
news on the
sharing
moon.
it, fake news.
The moon. It was fake. Beautiful. Kind of red. But you know, it was
Yeah.
not more interesting in the story and the symbolic nature of
I
what
would
was
have loved
actually
for you
happening
to
than the
call
real
me, though.
moon.
That's all I'm saying.
But
Robin,
shout
did you
out
get
to
to
the moon,
see
I guess.
the moon?
I did not get to see the Super Blood Wolf Moon,
yeah.
but somebody told me about it that night,
Mm.
and they said you can do this whole ritual around, like, write down a list of things that you want to get rid of in your life.
Oh,
and
not the
burn
killing
it.
the chicken one.
The what?
Not the killing chicken ritual.
No, not the killing
Oh,
chicken.
okay.
I've never heard that one.
Because I don't know where you find a chicken in New York City.
What are
on-
you talking about, Gordon?
on the
There's a
Sunday
kill
night.
your
You
chicken
asked-
ritual?
I'll talk to you
I'll
about it
call me
later.
later. Yeah.
So I wrote down like some things that I wanted to get rid of in my life. I was like, okay, this seems like a good idea, and then I'll burn it. But I'm nervous about lighting things on fire in my apartment naturally. So I put it in the sink in like a candle that was probably about this high. Folded up nice and tight, and it took me 8 attempts to light the match. And I was like, this whole exercise is about letting go.
Right.
I cannot let go.
Because wait,
the idea of letting
was it
something
because
go.
your hands were so frozen because your apartment's so cold and you couldn't hold
That's
onto the
an
paper?
excellent question.
No, because the cosmos didn't want you to let go of the things that were on that paper. But then you finally did burn it.
I did.
Good.
I was so excited. I was like, all right, success. My next chapter of my life is about to happen before my very eyes. And it burns down. And then it smelled a little bit. I was like, totally fine. And then the flame got bigger and brighter. And I was like, all right, here we go. Finale.
Yeah.
I'm going to crush this ritual.
Then what?
And
Uh-oh.
there was a pop. And it broke.
Uh-huh.
And it scared the shit out of me.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't know if this is a good sign.
Yes.
If it were a candle I wanted to get rid of, fine.
Right.
No, I love this candle.
Oh my
It's purple,
gosh.
like one of my folders, and I was just like, this sucks. I was
I don't know.
pissed.
I think
It's time.
it's time
for
for
the
the
interview.
interview.
All right.
Robin Gelfenbien, it's the interview time with Robin Gelfenbien. Wow, that rhymes in such a
It
unique,
rhymes.
spectacular way. So,
great.
Robin, you are
Yeah.
what we like to call
A triple threat.
a triple threat.
Wow.
You got the writing,
In comedy.
you got the comedy, you got the acting,
And the storytelling.
you got the storytelling.
That's 4.
Thanks. I also make ice cream cakes.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
gosh.
I forgot about the ice cream
Quadruple
shakes.
threats.
You
So
know what?
what's your favorite flavor
Oh,
of ice cream? Just straight up ice cream.
caramel cone Haagen-Dazs.
Cone Haagen-Dazs.
That is delicious.
Caramel cone Haagen-Dazs.
Well, let's just get started. Like, that's a great question, Gordon. But what got you started in storytelling? Like, what began your like interest in doing that?
My friend Adam Lynn told me that I would be good at it and that I should check it out because stand-up was not doing it for me.
Did you do stand-up for a little bit?
I did stand-up for a year, and then I did sketch and improv. I did a solo show. I wrote original comedy songs, and I said, all right, I'll go check it out. I told one story sort of at this shoot for something, and people were like, you're really good at that. I was like, thanks. And then, and so then I went to this show called Speak Up, called Speakeasy Storytelling, and this was like 10 years ago. And then I went to my first Moth, and I came in second, and I thought, I think I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Now,
I've now since come in second so many times that I call myself the Susan Lucci of the Moth.
So, like, because the Moth, I've seen some Moth shows.
Yep.
Now, when you come in second, it's not really a competition necessarily, right? I mean, it's just kind of an honorable first, second, third kind of deal, right?
Well, yeah, really, it's like you're either
bragging
first
rights.
or nothing. Because if you win the Story
Right.
Slam, then you go into the Grand Slam.
Oh.
And you compete with the last
Are there
9.
cash prizes?
No.
It's just,
So
You get some privileges to, like, avoid the lines for a year at the Moth, stuff like that.
do you have a certain type of story that you like to tell? Like you know how there's like a dramatic, comedy, is sci-fi.
Yeah, do you
like, if have a
lean
certain-
mostly in the comedic realm?
Definitely. There's a couple stories that I tell that are a little bit more dramatic, but it's pretty rare that I do that. I mean, I like to say that all my stories have humor and heart.
That's
Right, but they
good.
definitely, with the storytelling thing, like, it's an interesting genre because it's not stand-up,
No.
but you're getting laughs, but you're not necessarily doing punchline. I mean, the laughs are coming from the natural aspect of the
real,
storytelling,
yeah.
right?
Right. It's
truth.
kind of nice because there's no pressure to be funny, but
Right.
if you are funny, then
That also
It comes out.
it's great.
So what,
Crazy.
like, I guess, what type of advice would you have for people who are going into storytelling? Is there any kind of like,
Right, because you teach workshops and stuff.
advice?
I do teach.
So, like, if you're getting started in the storytelling world, what like, I guess what kind of, because I have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
But I feel like I only have like 6 stories.
Oh.
Like, I only have like 4 or 5 real stories that I've always wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, what advice would you have for someone just starting out?
I would say learn how to tell those stories really well. And you can do that by listening to a lot of storytelling podcasts, going and watch live shows. There's this great book by Matthew Dix called, I forgot, Storyworthy. That's a wonderful, wonderful resource. And once you figure out like your style, and it takes a while, like go to the
Right.
open mics,
Yeah.
see what's, what you're comfortable with. Because I record every single time I get up and tell a story so that I can listen back.
That's
And it's
perfect.
just like stand up. So it's like listen
Right.
back, see like what works, what didn't work. And then you kind of like go from there. And then there are, Gordon, you have way more than 5 or 6
I
stories.
swear I only have, I can tell you the top 5. I have one about my leg, one about, blacking out.
Right.
What I'm just like I only have like 4
Well,
or 5.
we have a show.
You have like big ones you think
I have
of.
a- I have a
There's
couple
so
sexy stories.
We could
Oh,
uncover.
Sexy stories.
but you have a show, right? Yum's the Word. Is that what
Yum's
it's
the
called?
Word, yeah.
And it got a lot of press, right, recently.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
so I know that there's served ice cream cakes there. So
Mm-hmm.
how does that work? Do you come in and you bring an ice cream cake? Like, how does
Yeah,
it
do
work?
you have to do the cake at the top of the show because it's ice cream?
That's an excellent question.
Like logistically, I'm curious.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
You
I
know,
wanna-
like how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is. I call them ticking time bombs because they are. I mean, the whole production, even just to get them to the venue, is like a big headache. But the
And how many cakes are you making?
It depends who the guest is. So usually it's like 3 to 5. We had Tim Gunn on the show a couple years ago.
And you
and
want to
so-
impress him, right? You don't want to let him down. You need a
No,
good cake.
I made him his own ice cream cake
way.
that he called Orgasmic.
Oh my.
That's good for Tim Gunn. That's a good
I
review.
know. I was very excited. We have it on video.
Cool. Of
I have the
course.
clip.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but we have people celebrating their birthdays at the show, and so they get to choose the flavors and all of the ice cream cakes. And this is very decadent. It's not like Carvel. People go like a little crunchies and like. Don't insult me. There will be, I mean, it depends, like the birthday people choose it. So it can be, if I did a caramel cone one, it'd be like caramel cone with, let's say, like crushed Biscoff cookies, which are the cookies you get on those, on Delta flights.
Oh.
Maybe do cookie dough, crushed Oreos, and my favorite flavor to put in, or favorite ingredient to put in, donuts.
Oh,
Wow,
I'm coming to
very
your next
creative.
show.
And I serve them at the
Wow.
end. So
Okay.
we keep them stored
That's so
temporarily.
amazing.
Right, 'cause
The
you can't-
whole thing, though, it's a lot.
We're gonna go, Gordon.
I'm going. I'm a big ice cream
On your
cake
birthday,
guy.
though, and then
I'll
she'll
go.
tell me
I'll
what
go.
cake
your
you
birthday?
like.
October 4th. But
Okay.
you know what? Honestly, I will eat any kind of ice cream any time of
Me
day.
too.
Okay.
Day or night, I will eat ice cream. So it doesn't matter to me.
All right, that's good. Well, I have lactate pills at every show.
Oh, well, that
You never know.
you can get
I
a
cover all the
sponsorship.
bases.
You
I
can
know,
get
I
sponsored.
should've.
So, speaking of indigestion, here's a segue for you. It's hard to talk to Robin and not bring up something in your past, which I find absolutely fascinating.
yeah.
And I only bring it up because just recently on Facebook I noticed that they're actually hiring once more for this particular thing. Keith, can we put up the picture there? This is a
Yeah,
picture of
that's
Robin
Robin.
back in the day where you were hired to drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile
Wienermobile.
That's right.
around what?
That
The
is
country?
so cool.
The world? Like, where did you go with this thing?
Well, I traveled all over North America.
That's crazy.
Experienced life behind the windshield of a wiener for 16 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was buns of fun.
Buns of
Come on, they told you to say that, right?
Oh my god, I have every wonderful pun you could possibly
No
think
way.
of. Oh yeah, it was the Lamborghini, the Weenie Bago. We'd haul our buns into town.
It's a nice car, right? It's not like a joke. Like inside of it's like all cushioned nice,
No,
right?
it doesn't look
The
No?
current ones are. I drove it in the early 90s, and so we had an 88 model, which was on its way out.
Ah.
We had, maybe, if we were lucky, we had a tape deck.
So like
Is it
the
diesel?
wait,
What?
oh, tape deck. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Does it run on diesel
Wait, so the
gas?
new kids who are being hired has a whole new vamp.
Yeah, they got, like, a pimped out
We
Right.
call those the keener, leaner, meaner wieners. Yeah, those suckers. I mean, I would kill to drive one of those. They also have like a reverse, like a camera in the back. Like I had no rear view mirror.
Okay, wait a second. So
So I
you
would
gotta,
have side mirrors that I worked off of.
Oh wait,
You
did
gotta
you wait?
walk
Did
me
you ever
through the
get in
whole
an
thing.
accident in the wiener?
I did. I almost rear-ended a minivan in Amish country.
So you almost
I just nicked it.
got your wiener in the rear end in Amish country. That's the headline.
In a pickle.
We were in a
Talk
pickle.
about a pickle.
Yeah.
Wait, so what do you do all day in the? You drive to the place. You
Yep.
get out and you give everyone hot dogs.
No, we actually don't carry them on board. The biggest part of I know it seems weird. Oh, I should have brought you guys a whistle.
Or
Oh, it's
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
we
still
would
have
hand
them?
out. Yeah, well,
Are you
'cause
still like a lifetime ambassador of the wiener?
I think you mean a hambassador. I have never, you guys, I've never said that. I just came up with
That's
that.
a good one.
We
Write
used to
that
say
down.
goodwill ambassador. But we would we were their spokespeople. We pitched media all the time.
Right.
Right.
And so we would have like radio appearances. Like we took kids to the prom. We would deliver Meals on Wheels in the Wienermobile. It really was, it was more of like a harder job than people think.
And
It
it must,
wasn't,
must
and then we'd
make
hand
you
out
feel
whistles.
happy though. Like
I'm so
everyone must be
excited.
so
This is
happy
so-
to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, part of our mission was to spread miles of smiles everywhere we went, and that's why I loved it. It made me so
Miles of
happy.
smiles.
You
to
are
make
like
other
the
people
perfect
happy.
person for this job.
Thanks.
You should do it now. Would you do it now?
Yeah,
You were like,
right.
lifetime appointment. You're the Wienermobile.
I mean, I will say you have like no downtime.
Right.
So
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't have another car, so if I do laundry,
Oh, right.
Driving there
I
in the
take the Wienermobile. If I
Wienermobile.
want to go to the movies, I would take the Wienermobile.
That's kind of awkward.
And so we had this 3-second rule. So it was like get out, and by the way, it had like a gull wing door like Knight Rider.
Wow.
Yeah. So you'd be like, all right, 3, 2, and we'd have to jump out as quickly as possible because otherwise you're just on
That
all
is
the time.
Crazy.
People would vandalize it and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What
But not
Oh,
only.
they spray painted it at Penn State once.
Oh,
What'd they
really?
write on it?
The lamest stuff. They wrote Wiener,
Duh.
but my favorite thing
Duh.
that they wrote Wiener all over it. But my favorite thing that they wrote, Gordon,
Uh-huh.
the SS Schlong.
I wouldn't even have erased that. I would have been psyched about that.
I like
and this
that.
was back in the day before any kind of social media stuff was going on.
True. Yeah. No camera phones or anything. So we
Unreal.
could get away with a lot, and I did.
You did.
Not as much as my partner Jason, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, my
No, why? Was he
gosh.
just wild for the wiener? That sounded wrong. I did not
did
mean
sound
that.
wrong.
I meant like, he must have been a wild man in the wiener.
He was a wild man in the Wiener, and he's a wild man.
Not to change the
Wow,
subject,
wow.
but I know you have an amazing, cool like Robin's challenge on Facebook. Can you? I guess like you every day you challenge yourself to shoot a video, right? Can you get?
Oh
more
yeah,
into
tell us
depth
briefly about the
that
challenge
briefly?
that you're doing.
Yeah.
And
So
can people get involved?
they totally can.
Wow.
So for the new year, I am doing a new 30-day challenge every month. This was inspired by a challenge I did in December leading up to my birthday that I called See Ya Bucko. because I wanted to let one thing go every day, and I would report it for accountability on Facebook Live. This month, I'm doing self-care, and it's one small thing. It's not like massages and manicures every day. This, to me, is massive self-care today because it's like, you know, embracing my inner child, and being silly and fun and all that stuff. But I don't call it self-care. I call it Gelf-care.
Got to stay on brand. That is important. You got to stay on brand.
That's right.
That's what the Wienermobile taught you, branding.
Massively.
Branding.
Yeah. And so I'm blogging about it every day, so that's on my website. But people want to join the challenge for a day, for a week, whatever. You go to Gelf's 30 Days, 30 Ways. I think that's what I named it. I just came up with a new name. So yeah, you can join in, and I post
tell us the website, because we'll put it down at the bottom of the screen.
It's robingelfenbien.com/blog. And I call it Blog and Robin Tweet.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, well, sweet. Well, I hope everyone has an opportunity to join that.
Yeah.
And Robin, thank you so much for being our guest
Thanks
here.
for having me, Gordon. Tamra, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. And
I
good
had
luck
a
with all the
wonderful
stories.
time.
And I can't wait to see you on stage next time.
We'll see you at the cafe.
Yeah,
we'll see you at the
sounds
cafe.
good.
That's
All
right.
I'll see you guys over there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hello? Hello, everyone. Put your glasses down. Glasses down. Good. Welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I've lost my nose. We will go on with the show. Oh, thank you, little lady. You can keep that.
No nose.
You can keep that nose. I appreciate it. All right. We welcome to the world famous Beat Cafe. Okay? Okay. We've got a long list of people who want to perform. Okay? Okay. First, I would like to perform, but I need a volunteer from audience. Volunteer? Volunteer? Yes, you lady. Nose lady. Wonderful.
I knows what you're going to ask me.
She made nose joke because I no longer have nose. Very funny lady you are.
It wasn't my best work, but thank you.
What is your name?
Robin.
Robin.
Yes.
Where are you from?
I am from New York City.
Not
originally, but...
Scene City. Scene City. New York City is full of scene.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
All right, take this paper.
Okay.
Okay, we are going to do a thing.
Sure.
Okay, you can get near the mic.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful. Okay, now I have circled your part.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So you say the part that is circled.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am ready, Victor.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Hey, what up, girl?
Good, good.
Thank you.
Grab my glasses. I'm outdoor, going to hit the city.
Let's go.
Before I leave, brush teeth with bottle of Jack, because when I leave for night, I'm not coming back. Go.
I'm talking pedicures on our toes.
Toes.
Trying on all our clothes.
Clothes.
Boys blowing up our phones.
Phones.
Drop top and playing our favorite.
CDs.
Rolling up to the...
Parties.
Trying to get a little bit...
Tipsy. Good. Good. We are done. Thank you, Robin.
Wow.
You may leave.
Okay.
You may leave. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And thank you. Thank you. And Robin, good. Okay. Who's next? Who's next?
Me and my granddaughter.
Okay. We have old person and young person. Okay. Give it up for old person and young person. Okay. Be careful.
I have a love poem.
You have love poem. I will do it with you.
Okay.
Okay. Go.
Is this a poem for Brad?
Okay. Brad, this is for you.
Bradley Cooper, you are super. Bradley Cooper, you got snubbed. Bradley Cooper, you look like you need a back rub. Get it?
Really?
A Star is Born. Like the movie he was in, remember?
You're very young to talk about back rub.
Forget that, Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Yes?
Maybe you and I should shoot some porn.
What?
Yeah.
What the?
The Academy is dum-dums. They didn't even nominate the Crazy Rich Asians.
Hashtag me too.
What do you say? You and me get into the shallows. Get it? The movie he was in? I mean the song. Now, because I don't know how to swim. Shallows, swim. Get it? The song? I love you, Bradley Cooper. Love, Sally. Call me.
Okay,
Thank
very
you,
good.
thank you.
Okay, all right. That was wholly inappropriate, and I do not endorse that at all. Okay, all right. So next we have very funny lady going to tell stories about her time in Sin City. Funny lady. Funny. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you very much. So I am the oldest of 3 girls, and when I was a kid, I was always the guinea pig for my dad's athletic experiments. I think he just wanted to see if I had any athletic potential. So he tried to get me to play golf, and I clobbered my head with a putter, which is the one club you don't swing. I played foursquare, and I broke my pinky. And one time, I was in an above-ground pool. The whole thing collapsed, and I got washed down the hill. So when Victor. So when my dad made me play on an all-boys basketball team that he was coaching in 6th grade, he should have known what he was getting himself into. But my dad is not somebody who you mess with. He is 6'3", and he's kind of a sleeping bear. So in a matter of seconds, my father can go from the Dalai Lama to Alec Baldwin. It's very scary, but I didn't want to let him down, so I agreed. So practices start. It's a Saturday morning. I head to the gym, and I immediately feel out of place because there's all these like 11 and 12-year-old boys running around, and I can't make a layup. I can barely dribble, and during sprints, I couldn't breathe because I had asthma. So I get in the car with my dad, and he says, "Did you do your best?" And I was like, I guess so. But deep down, all I wanted was to be at home practicing my jazz routine for Danger Zone. So the season goes on, and the games are always the same. They put me in for a whopping 2 minutes, and I go running up and down the court going, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. And throughout the season, we're actually doing pretty well, but I didn't feel like I could take any credit because they never threw me the ball. And I just felt like this lone bad news bear. So a few weeks into the season, we have our team photo. And we had these khaki shirts that said Flower Box because we were sponsored by the local florist. And I am tearing my room upside down trying to find my Flower Box shirt to no avail. And then I hear, Robin Amy Gelfenbien, let's go! And it's my dad screaming from down the hall. So I grab the only other khaki shirt I have, zip on my coat, and get in the car. So we get to the gym. All the boys are lined up against these blue mats ready to have their picture taken. And I am dreading taking off my coat because I know what I have on is fodder for these boys. But I have no choice. So finally, I unzip my jacket to reveal a khaki shirt that reads, Girl Scout Cookie Champion. And they instantly lay into me, and they're teasing me. They're like, hey, I'll get a couple boxes of Thin Mints. Give me some Samoas, Gelfenbien. And they continue to tease me as though a Flower Box shirt is infinitely more masculine than a Girl Scout Cookie Champion shirt. So as the season goes on, nobody's throwing me the ball. And finally, it's our last game, and I am ecstatic. So they call substitution. I go in for my last 2 minutes of my basketball career, and I go running up and down the court going, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. And then Randy Zano does the unthinkable. He throws me the ball. And I am standing there and I'm watching this ball come hurling towards me. And over on the sidelines, I can see my dad going, come on, Rob, come on, Rob. And inside I'm thinking, you know what? This is my chance. Maybe I do have some athletic potential. Maybe I can make my dad really proud. And then I did what any other 11-year-old girl who's been mocked all season by her all-boys basketball team would do. I ducked. The ball goes sailing over my head. The ref blows the whistles. The boys are like, are you serious? They're so mad at me. And I just like have my head hung so low. I leave the court, and over on the sideline is my dad, and his back is facing me. And I go up to him like, Dad, I'm really sorry. You know, I don't mean to let you down, but I just don't think I'm really good at basketball. And he turns around, and he is cracking up. And he goes, yeah, you've got no future in this sport.
Uh-huh.
And I, soon learned after that he wasn't trying to test me. He just wanted to bond with me in ways that were familiar to him. And it turns out that my dad, Raj, was more of a teddy bear than a sleeping bear. And I don't want to brag, but I nailed my Danger Zone jazz routine, but not without pulling my groin. Yeah. Thank you, Victor.
Yes,
Thank
let's
you.
give it a round of applause. Thank you very much. Okay, listen, everybody, we're done. So I need you to leave. Okay, get out of here. First, give round of applause to all the performers. Good. I love Amy. I love Robin, Amy, Gelfenbien. I love the part where the ball comes at you and you pull out your duck. That was fun. Okay. Okay, thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
It's time once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Plugorama.
Plugorama! 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 Plugorama!
That's right. It's Plugorama. Plugorama, Robin Gelfenbien. What are you plugging?
I am plugging my storytelling podcast, Yum's the Word Show. If you want to follow all the 30-day challenges I'm doing this year, just go to robingelfenbien.com/blog. Should I say anything else?
No, we love it.
Okay.
Arthur, what are you plugging?
I think I'm going to do one of your challenges.
Oh, please do, Arthur. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Plugorama, Tamra.
So you can watch our show, which you're watching right now. It replays on Saturdays at 2 and 8, and you can watch it on demand anytime at this link right here.
That's right. And watch us Sundays on Ride TV, 9 a.m., noon, 3 and 8 p.m. on Channel 76 and 33 on Verizon. And for all of us here at the White Plains Community Media Facilities and Monkey News Source, thank you so much for watching. I'm Gordon Goodall.
I'm Tamra.
And that's the whole rack of bananas.